All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about how to use conditional formatting to make sense of your data. So if you're getting data from SOAR, really any data source, it's useful you have it all in one spot, but you want to be able to quickly get a sense of, what is the story the data is telling you. And this is where conditional formatting can be helpful because it allows you to set certain rules and then have the data be color-coded based on those rules. So let's look, for instance, at, let's say, there are quarter two grades in this set of fake data. If you go to home, there'll be this little conditional formatting set up right here. So what we can do then is do highlight cell rules, and then you can set up whatever rule you want. So this is grade, so maybe we just do, okay, anything that's greater than 85, let's make that green. Okay, and we can do a similar thing. Again, home, conditional formatting. Let's do less than. And let's do conditional formatting, highlight rules, less than, we'll say, I don't know, 65. Let's do that red. All right, so right there then you're able to quickly glance and get a sense of, okay, visually, how did kids score? And you can set up other rules too. Maybe we go to their last % correct on the NC check-in ELA B, and you have certain preset rules you can put. So for instance, with % correct, maybe we use these data bars, and what this is going to do is give you a quick sense with these kind of using space to say, okay, how did they score? Huge bar, 90, less so, 33. And then you can kind of look back and forth. Another one, if we go to absences, we can look at maybe color scales. And this will give you a range where, really good, let's say, be green. So absences, low numbers, green. Whereas the higher numbers, those are going to be more red. That one's good because it's nice and quick, but it's a little bit prone to outliers, kind of skewing the color scales a little bit. So that automatically gives you these really quick visual sense of where kids fell. Something else that's kind of cool, I like using conditional formatting in conjunction with filtering. So if we go to, say, this ELA 2 and go to filter, there's sort by color. So now we can use those conditional formatting rules that we set and say, let me see just those kids that it was, below 65, and it's just kind of filtering from there. And now you can kind of get a sense with each of these if there's anything interesting going on. So any kids that, this kid, his grade was low, but low absences, NC check-in wasn't bad. And actually the grade the previous quarter was actually high, so that might be one to kind of zoom in on. Again, fake kids, fake data. So yeah, so that's conditional formatting in Excel. I want to show you also in Google Sheets, same basic thing, but it's just in a different spot. So if you go here and said Format, and then conditional formatting, it'll bring up this window to the side, and that's where you can set whatever rules you want. So we can do the same kind of thing there. Let's say scroll down, greater than, what do we say, 85. We can keep that green, and you can see it kind of sets up here to expand. And we can do then again less than 65. Make this one red, and you're getting the same kind of format there. It doesn't have quite as many options, like you're not going to have those data bars or icons or those kind of things. So as is often the case with spreadsheets, Google Sheets is going to be a little bit simpler, whereas Excel is going to have more options. But you can do the same kind of, like if we go here, color scales, you're going to see a similar one there and say, okay, let's do the high ones are red, low ones are green. And you can manipulate it here, so the midpoint, maybe instead of percentile, where this 50 is really throwing things off, maybe we can say, the midpoint is 20 and have that be set up for, the color scale. So yeah, in both Excel and Google Sheets, conditional formatting is going to be a helpful way to let you quickly get a sense of what the data is telling you. So you can use your sense of space and color to make sense of the data. Hope that's helpful.